which is a lot closer to Tokyo, and it's also amazing. But Niseko was like, oh my god.
I was there and they're like, this is the worst powder we've ever had.
Oh yeah!
And I was
No, you're right. You went like a week after me, the same year. It was like 2 years ago. You were with Rui, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up there like a week before you.
It was like end of 19 or early 2020 or something.
Yeah.
It was right before COVID.
Yeah, it was.
When did these guys become the most worldly people that we know?
This is the worst it's ever been or whatever.
Yeah.
Smith, Dwan, and Koon have all skied Niseko in Japan.
Seriously.
I mean, I thought I'd been around. I've done Colorado, I've done Wyoming, Jackson Hole, I've done Utah.
I really like the town around Whistler as
Niseko.
well.
Yeah, I'm like listening for all recommendations.
I
It's
know.
really nice going there as an American as well, seeing prices, thinking like, oh, like it's a ski town, prices will be inflated, and then remembering that everything's a 20% discount because I'm used to USD.
A couple of aces are squaring off, and right away in the window, the trouble card for Jason Koon, who is outkicked against Dwan, the pre-flop raiser.
Leg. Yeah, so weird of you. Didn't even think about me when you broke that leg. I did. That's true. You texted me.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Case ace on the turn, and there will be
playing Sochi.
very
The idea
few
of, like,
exits for
snowboarding
Jason
for a
Koon
few
at this
hours in
point.
the morning and then playing a tournament.
Especially with
just
two
sounded
flush draws out there, gives him some reason to stick around, but small pot.
And Tom with the filthy check back on the turn, looking to potentially induce a king to value bet.
And I'm always so tired.
Yeah, I would do a half day every day, like because I usually do like a full day. I'm just taking snowboard for like 3 hours, and
I just go as hard as I can and then just crash at like 6 p.m.
At 4,000.
Especially if it's a mountain I haven't been to, I would like want to spend like a whole day on it.
well, if you're there for 2 weeks, you could like the extended trips. When I do long trips, the half day every day is just so nice.
And you just figure out what day you're gonna go hike or whatever on the mountain.
When you on like extended trips, your legs start to get tired and you can just call it. Because I guess whenever you're on that run and you're like, fuck, I wish I was home, it's rough.
Yeah.
8,600 out there. That's Koon. Bet close to full pot, and now comes the raise from Dwan. And I think as played,
For your trip.
it's just so difficult for Koon
I'm thinking of snowboarding.
to get away from his hand, especially against an opponent like Dwan, who is always going to put you to the test and doesn't always have it. Earns himself action in spots by virtue of that.
Ski boots. It's like taking off a bra. I wouldn't know. Really? Yeah. I feel like you might know.
I wouldn't know.
I said it, yeah.
But there's a man who walks up to me one day at all. Yeah, he's just in a dress. He's like, "Hey, Chris, what's up?" I'm like, "Hey." There's no chance that's true. Yes, you in a dress.
Well, you know, it's just completely true.
Must be somebody else in the Mohawk. Oh my gosh, shirt.
Yeah, you met my twin. I was so confused. I didn't even have to. I couldn't even like comprehend. I was like, I assume this is a bet.
Koon in the blender, and you can see the way this thing came down. Jason just defended his big blind against the standard open from Dwan. Check called the 1K on an ace-high board, and then it went check-check when he made trip aces. Of course, here he is outkicked on the river
I guess I call.
after leading out for 4,000 and getting raised. Seems like he's made the decision to call.
What do you have? That sucks. Not gonna win a lot. That's for sure. I rolled high 3 times in a row. I'm gonna give you the money, my friend. Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't even notice he was randomizing anything. He said I rolled high 3 times in a row. What was he doing?
Kept rolling
didn't
until
see
you got
it.
the number you liked. And it didn't
I didn't see him roll anything, but
Raise 1,000.
Jason and his fiancée Bianca are expecting. She's about 5 weeks away,
How
and
much longer are we playing, by the way?
apparently
I was told
Call.
6:45 since we
The-
started late.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
baby items are all in place
What's that?
and
Check.
awaiting the little bundle of joy.
Bet 800.
Open-ended straight draw for Dan, who defended the big and is facing an $800 c-bet from Jason, who is binked to 9 here. And he opts
Raise.
for a check raise on that paired
3,000.
texture.
Call.
Jason will make the call. Kind of a rough spot to be in here with the ace-9 when you consider just how many turn cards present problems for you. The 7s, the 8s, the jacks, the queens. But the deuce of diamonds is a clean one, provided that you're not up against a 10. And will Dan Smith try to tell a story here?
Bet.
The answer is yes.
8,600.
And that is not any modest sum. $8,600. Pot size. Follow through.
Call.
And Koon not going to let the PTSD of so many other situations affect him here. Makes the call, is in the lead. And it's no longer the case, courtesy of the Queen of Spades, which gives Dan the nut straight. And I don't think he is all too concerned about being up against a boat. And it's not the nut straight, King Jack.
I
is
was
the
going
nut
to correct you, and I'm like,
Sorry.
why am I going to be a hard ass?
No, do it.
We're good. It's
it.
the nut straight. This is like your 21st hour in 3 days. Can't really recall Jason Koon having the best hand at any point today.
I mean, obviously he had the best hand pre, on the flop, and on the turn, but
Not
when
at the
it
important
counts,
parts.
yeah.
Bet. 20,000.
He has been snake bitten. Look at this. He's being asked for 20K on the river. And I just don't think that he can make this call. It's the kind of card that very much rates to have helped Dan, provided that he was on a draw. Otherwise, a 10 is still very possible.
I'm out. I am out. I give up.
Good fold.
Good fold. River, yeah.
I think a lot of these just random collector's items that'll like did you see like a Honus Wagner card sold for 6.6 million years ago?
Card, yeah.
Yeah.
No
Wow.
way.
It's like it's the historically most expensive baseball card, but still feels like it's probably
An N64 game unopened sold for like 100,000 just because it's like, oh my, everyone always opens their games. If you just had a regular copy of it and never opened it.
Never opened. Wow.
Jason Koon slow playing a couple of queens here after Bicknell opened with King 10.
It's like sports card thing now. Yeah,
Allows Dan Smith to participate,
some
defending the
kind of,
big with
like,
8-9.
First card.
Six of spades.
Cool.
Which is kind of cool.
Gut shot straight draw for Smith on the pair 2-heart board. Not the best proposition. Checks it over to Chrissy B. She checks as well, and much easier bet to make if you have the 2 queens. But Koon will play pot control and check back. Now it's a 2-way straight draw for Dan, courtesy of that 6.
Bet. 41.
Dan's 4,100 makes quick work of Chrissy's king 10, but certainly not of the 2 queens, and a disastrous river card for Jason Koon, the 5, giving Dan Smith a 9 high straight. And obviously he was allowed to get in there from the big blind because Jason, on this occasion, chose to flat with the 2 queens and check back on the flop.
Bet.
15,000. The number on the end here, an overbet, polarizing and so uncomfortable. If for Koon.
Fathom folding. No, interact with zero bluff. Can you stop that? Yeah, I mean, it's be pure disrespect to not call this hand.
Ouch. You heard Jason mention that he interacts with 0 of the bluff combinations that Dan would have, so obviously
Pays to be respected.
not blocking any of those things. Lent to his decision.
I
Certainly.
grew up in Jersey. And
Smith could have had the
Adam-
trip 7s.